welcome to CJ Wild Money Entertainment. If you've never been to my channel before, on Fridays we keep it real with topics that's trending on social media, or people ask me to talk about either family or friends, or they hit me up and follow me on my various social media platforms and ask me to talk about. Today's topic deals with Halloween. And people wants to know, what is the age to take the kids to horror night? Now, for those who don't know what horror night is, that's for amusement parks and events that deals with Halloween, and it's supposed to be the scariest night or scary night. Now, in amusement parks, they normally have PG-13. So, you bring your parents in, it's PG-13, and you're allowed in amusement parks. Anything under that, they do Mickey Mouse and stuff like that. Now, this is across the United States. So, hit me up in the comments if your country celebrates Halloween, and if there's an age limit and how y'all celebrate it and what you gonna be in. Because I'm gonna have a lot of stuff about Halloween. So, I was thinking this would be a good topic for me to talk on. So, let's get real. Let's keep it real about it. Well, when you start talking about horror night, you have to realize that there's a lot of different types of horror nights, especially when you're in a small community. For instance, around my community, we are called like the Three Rivers. So it's like 3 states, really more, that's next to where I live. So you got horror night at the penitentiary. Yes, it used to be a penitentiary. The mansion horror. There you have a house horror. There you have campground horror. So you have a variety. Oh, and let's not forget horror on the river. So you have the horror boats and rides and stuff like that. So here's the thing. How do you really do know what is appropriate for your kids not to be scared? Well, a lot of people say, well, my kid is 11 years old and they watch horror movies, so they're able to get ahead and deal with it. But you're normally there. Someone's there when they're watching a horror movie, and they know that it's not real because it's on a screen. But when you're in these horror places, a lot of them is mazes. They can get lost. There is people touching them. Sometimes people's using chainsaws where you can smell the oil of the chainsaw even though there's no blade. What about those who's scared of certain things? They may not be scared of Frankenstein, Dracula, but they may be afraid of clowns. Whether they're scary clowns or non-scary clowns. They may be like me. I'm afraid of spiders. And I'm old. I don't like real spiders, fake spiders, person being a spider, anything that looks like a spider. So, how do we really know? Well, first, this is how I'm going to keep it real on. First, I think you need to know your child. You need to be able, not to just know your child, be able to communicate with your child. And if you're really into Halloween, you will discuss how do you feel about birds and how you feel about skulls, and get into that detail when you're watching these movies of what frightens them more and what doesn't frighten them less. Because just because they can see one thing doesn't mean they can deal with the next. I also believe that maybe you should go to this horror night on a date or with some friends, so you can understand the difference from you going to that mansion, which is at one place, to maybe a campground, which is at another. Because if you're that afraid when you go in, then you can get ahead and prepare them before they go. Teenagers is normally down for anything. But when you start talking about that preteen, that 13, that 14-year-old, sometimes they are still afraid. And they're not going to mention it in front of their friends or in front of their siblings. And I think you need to take that into consideration. What about the senior citizens? Some of these things, they may be afraid too. So watch grandma and grandpa out there. Hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you think about Halloween night. How's it in your town, your country, your community? And what do you do? Or what do you dress up as? Tell me how you deal with your children. You already know what time it is. It is Friday. And I'm tired. And I'm out. Peace.